When I get the ball, just get out the way. Just need to lay down or move out the way and just let me score.
He's an extremely electric player. Every time he touches the ball, he has the potential to do really something special.
I feel like I can just do it all, man. It's fun being out there. I just love when I get the ball in my hands. I love the end zone. I love making plays.
You see him return kicks, you see him come from the backfield, you see him as a wide receiver. He's very versatile. The thing that sets him apart is his vision and athletic ability.
You put the ball in his hands and you pretty much know that there's going to be some type of excitement. And it's not a matter of throwing the ball down the field, it's getting the ball in his hands right now where he's at his best.
Cordarrelle is playing behind the best rusher in the game and a really solid quarterback in Matt Castle, and also some great receiving threats. And it's interesting to think about when those guys are sort of clicking. This guy has a chance to be one of those near indefensible players.
Growing up in Rock Hill, South Carolina, a little small little town where there was a lot of athletes come from there. That's all we know is football in there. And I started playing football 6 years old. Middle school, I wasn't really into sports like that, so I just stopped playing.
It's sort of amazing that he's in the NFL in the first place because he only played 2 years of varsity ball, and that's a team that's pretty dominant in South Carolina. So for him to sort of make that team without any build-up in JV is sort of phenomenal.
But by the time scouts come around, I didn't have a good grade, so I had to take a different route.
He ends up going the prep school route for a year and then junior college, which he looks at as a place where he did a lot of growing up.
Being away from your family, it's rough on you, but at the end of the day, I look back at it all the time.
When we see a player with junior college on his resume, we think, oh, it was just 2 years he had to get through to get to the place where he really wanted to go. But when he thinks about his college years, he thinks about his time in junior college. Once he started making a name for himself in the junior college ranks, every SEC school pretty much beat a path to his door, and Tennessee's persistence and presentation was such that he couldn't say no.
I could have went anywhere else and been a man, just started from day one. Tennessee just stood out. I was behind Rick Rogers, I was behind Justin Hunter, I was behind all those guys. So some guys, they run away from competition. I like to compete.
He ends up basically spending a fall there and becoming good enough again on adrenaline and instinct that he emerges as a first-round prospect.
I'm involved for life. I only been there for 5 months. I wish I could have stayed from the second year, but I had to do it best for me and my family.
With the 29th pick, the Minnesota Vikings select Cordarrelle Patterson.
Man, what drives me is my mother. You gotta have that one motivation. She's been that one from day one. And I got one motivation. I just had a little daughter. This is my daughter right here, man. She's 8 months. No, I grew up without my daddy. I really didn't know who he was until I got older. It's too late to try to come in my life now and try to figure out who I am. I think that's one of the things I'm afraid of, losing my daughter and she not knowing who I am. I love my mama to death. I don't know what I'd do without her. I talk to my mama every day, every night. She just got me on through everything. So my daughter, I want her to feel that same way about me. I know ins and outs about my mother, so I want my daughter to know everything about me.
With football aside, Cordarrelle Patterson is a very, very humble young man. He is big-hearted. He gives of himself. He's a great teammate, and he's a fun-loving young man. He's a very respectable young man. I really enjoy having him around.
Him and his mom have a really tight dynamic. She's just a super hilarious lady, and you can see where a lot of his mischief and playfulness comes from.
I actually got lights in my rims and under my car. They light up at nighttime. You don't believe me? I can show it to you. I caught myself Flash, so I had to get something a little flashy.
He has that nickname for a reason. He's Flash.
I got my Greg Jennings jersey here. Now I got to give him a Pro Bowl jersey.
My Cordarrelle jersey, I'm still waiting on it, actually.
He offers a lot as a playmaker in terms of potential. So I feel like this is a guy who seems really focused and really driven to be good.
It's up to him to just do what he does, not to go outside of who he is, just be who he's always been, and that's a playmaker and a game changer.
A playmaker is a guy that's willing to sacrifice a lot of things for the team. Know what you can do and you can't do, so I feel like I can make plays.
In year 2, I think he'll be very good, just because there's enough balance in that offense and enough expertise in terms of the people directing it that he will get his opportunities and make the most of them.
He's a guy that's ready for the responsibility, and I think he won't disappoint. If he continues to work the way he's working, he should be fine.
With a guy like Cordarrelle, he really doesn't have a ceiling. It's completely up to him. The work that he puts in will be what you see on Sundays and on Monday nights and on Thursday nights.
I want to make more plays than I did last year. It's going to be a little different this year.